Miss Kristi here, and I am so excited to be together again cooking in the kitchen. Today we are learning how to make a microwave breakfast scramble. This quick breakfast uses just 4 main ingredients plus a little salt and pepper and only cooks in our microwave for 2 minutes. We're gonna have fun making this together today, and I'm so glad you're here.
All is calm and all is bright.
Now, the first step to cooking and working in the kitchen is to wash our hands. While I wash my hands with soap and warm water for at least 20 seconds, let's go over the ingredients and supplies that you'll need to gather to cook along today. The ingredients you'll need are 1 cup of cooked or microwave ready rice, 2 fully cooked breakfast patties, 1 egg, 1/4 cup of shredded cheese, and 1/4 teaspoon of salt and pepper. The supplies you'll need are a cutting board, 2 microwave safe bowls, 1 cup dry measuring cup, 1/4 cup dry measuring cup, 1/4 teaspoon, a fork, a butter knife, and oven mitts for safety. Okay, great. Your hands are clean and my hands are clean. We've gathered our ingredients and supplies, so let's get started making our microwave breakfast scramble. This is just a quick, warm, and filling breakfast that we can learn to make for ourselves, and we only have to use our microwave. So the first thing I'm gonna do is just measure out my rice. So we need either already cooked rice, like this is rice that's been cooked, or you need a package of microwave ready rice. So it just needs to be cooked because we're popping this in the microwave to warm it up. It wouldn't actually cook it in 2 minutes. So they do make patches at the store that are microwave ready rice. You just open them up, we'll measure out a cup, and you can use that. Or if you have leftover cooked rice, this is a great way to use that as well. So I'm gonna have my rice, and I'm also gonna grab my 1 cup dry measuring cup. It's the biggest one that we're using like this today. And then one of my small bowls. So we need to cook our rice in a bowl, and then we cook our egg in a separate bowl, and then we mix it together at the end. So we have 2 bowls, but right now we're just gonna take one of our bowls. I'm gonna put that right in front of me. You wanna make sure that you can go in the microwave so it's microwave safe. I'm gonna take my 1 cup dry measuring cup, and I'm just going to measure out a cup of rice and put it right into my bowl that will go in the microwave. So the best you can, either measure out your cup of rice or open up your package of microwave ready rice and measure out a cup. I'm gonna pop this right in here. So you wanna make sure that your bowl is big enough to hold the rice. Our egg mixture in our other bowl won't be as big, so your rice needs to fit in the bowl. That's how you know you have the right size. So this is a good size. So now I can put my extra rice away and pop that back in the refrigerator. If you opened up a pouch and only used a cup, you can put that in a container with a lid, the extra, put it in your refrigerator and make this again. You can put your 1 cup dry measuring cup to the side. We are done with that. And now for my rice, I'm just gonna set this to the side because we will cook our egg and our rice at the same time. So take this, just set it to the side. We'll grab that in a minute. And now we just need to make our egg mixture scramble. So take your other bowl that you have. Mine just happened to be the same, but you would need another microwave safe bowl, one that is either the same size for your rice or it could be a little bit smaller. And then grab your egg. And we are going to carefully crack our egg into this bowl and scramble it with our fork. So if you don't feel comfortable cracking it right in here, you can always crack it into a liquid measuring cup in case you get any shells, and then just dump it in. Or just go really slow and tap the side of your egg. Gently pull it open. And our 1 egg goes right into the bowl. You can put your shells in the garbage off to the side. Obviously you don't need those. And now grab your fork that we had in the supply list, and I'm just going to scramble this. So I'm poking the yolk to break it up, and then just give it a mix because we are basically making scrambled eggs in the microwave. All right, keep your fork to the side because we will use this to mix our cheese and our breakfast patties in just a minute as well. But I want to now flavor this with salt and pepper before we add our cheese and our breakfast patties. Take your 1/4 teaspoon. It's the tiny one. It says 1/4 TSP, and we are going to measure out our salt and pepper. I'm just gonna grab my salt and pepper here and measure 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Now, if you make this again and feel like they weren't salty enough, or even once it's cooked and you give it a bite, if you want a little bit more salt, you can add more salt. same thing with the pepper. If you don't like pepper, maybe you felt like 1/4 teaspoon of pepper was too much, you can always use less pepper the next time you try it. That's the joy of cooking for yourself in the kitchen. Once you try things, you can test out different quantities and see what you like. So I'm gonna take 1/4 teaspoon of pepper as well, sprinkle that in. It seems like a lot, but we have a lot of rice to cook with, so it's gonna help distribute that flavor. So you can put your 1/4 teaspoon aside. That's all we needed that for. I'm gonna take my fork again and just give this a mix before we add our cheese and our breakfast patty. I'll mix it up. All right, now I'm going to grab my 1/4 cup dry measuring cup. It's this one, it says 1/4, and then I'm going to grab the shredded cheese. Now you can use any flavor of cheese that you prefer. This is just American cheese, but if you like a pepper jack, which is maybe a bit spicier, maybe all you have is mozzarella, any cheese that you like, we need 1/4 cup of cheese, and we're gonna put it right into our breakfast scramble here, into our egg. I'm just going to, with clean hands, measure out my cheese. And if you want more cheese once you make this and you want it to be a bit cheesier, by all means, you can add more. This is just giving you a basic guideline of how much cheese is usually a good amount, but maybe you want more, maybe you want less. All right, so I have 1/4 cup. I'm just going to dump that right in. You can put your 1/4 cup aside. That's all we needed that for, and you can put your cheese to the side. Now I'm just going to grab my 2 breakfast patties. So these are fully cooked. You can get like a Johnsonville sausage. You can get any type of fully cooked breakfast sausage. Maybe you want to use pork sausage. Maybe you want to use a turkey sausage, as long as it's fully cooked, because again, this only goes in the microwave for 2 minutes to warm everything up, so we need them to be cooked already. So this is just a great way to use pre-cooked sausage or turkey sausage. And I'm going to grab my butter knife, because what I need to do is take these sausage patties, and I just need to cut them into little chunks. So I'm gonna keep them stacked, so I have 2 of them here. I'm just going to keep them stacked and just cut little chunks off. So how do I do that? I just do little lines, and a butter knife is plenty sharp for this, which is why I'm using it. You could always use a sharper knife if you wanted. This is just a bit safer. So I just cut a couple lines. I'm gonna turn it the other way and just then cut off chunks. If you have breakfast sausage links, it's gonna be even easier to cut them off, because you can just cut little circles off of your links. But you could use a patty, or you could use a link, whatever you happen to have in your kitchen or at your store. All right, so all you can do, you can see that I just cut these into little chunks, and now I'm just gonna pop them in. We'll put this bowl to the side. You can put your knife to the side, that's all we needed that for. I'm just going to put these into my egg and cheese mixture. And then take your fork again, and you're just going to mix this up. And amazingly, it does cook in 2 minutes, and it makes scrambled eggs. And we've got the cheese in there, we've got the sausage, and then we mix it with rice, and it tastes really good. All right, so now that this is mixed, I'm going to keep my fork to the side. We'll use that to mix it again if you want to use a different fork, or I'm going to clean mine in between. You can grab another fork once we mix it in a minute, but we'll talk about that. But first we need to cook this in our microwave for just 2 minutes, and they're going to cook at the same time. So I'm going to take this bowl, I'm going to pop them in the microwave for 2 minutes, and then we'll talk about getting them out safely, mixing them together, and giving it a try. All right, friends, this is exciting. My 2-minute microwave just went off. So all I'm going to do now is put my oven mitts on for safety. Why? Because those bowls are going to be hot and I don't want to burn my hands. So that's why I'm gonna have you use an oven mitt or a pot holder to take out the 2 bowls, put them on a protected surface like my cutting board I can put them on, or maybe you need to put them on another pot holder, and let them cool for 2 minutes. We're gonna end up mixing the bowls together, so we wanna make sure that the bowl is cooled down enough to touch. I'm gonna put my oven mitts on for safety, take out both bowls, and let them sit on your counter to cool for 2 minutes. All right, friends, these have cooled for about 2 minutes. I just wanna make sure that the bowls are cool to touch because we're now gonna mix them together. So as you can see, our egg has cooked fully through, so now we have an egg that we can eat from our microwave. I'm just going to grab my fork. Again, I either clean the one that we used because it had raw egg on it, or just grab another fork, and I'm just going to give this a stir. Melt that cheese a little bit more. The cheese that was at the top sometimes needs a little bit of the heat from inside. So I'm just giving this a quick stir, and then I'm gonna pour it into my rice bowl. So when you pick the bowls that you need for this recipe, you wanna have a little bit more room so that we can have room to stir it. So the bigger the bowl, the better. If it's too small, it's not gonna be able to mix into each other, and then you'll have to grab a third bowl. So I'm going to take my egg mixture here and just pour it in the best I can into my rice. All right, and I'm just going to mix this together. You can put that bowl aside, we're done with that. And carefully, so all my rice doesn't fall out, I'm just giving this a mix. And this is how it just turns into that breakfast scramble. So we have rice, we have an egg, we have breakfast sausage, and we have some cheese plus a little salt and pepper. So this breakfast is definitely gonna fill you up. You've got protein from the breakfast sausage and the egg, you have carbohydrates from the rice, so that's gonna keep you full, give you a bit of energy, and it only took 2 minutes in the microwave. So how great is this breakfast to try? And like I said earlier, it's a great way to use extra rice if you happen to have some, maybe from your meal the night before, or you can just cook up some rice and have it ready. That way you can make this a couple times throughout the week. But really all I'm doing is mixing this up throughout, so all of my rice is flavored from that salt and pepper and our egg and cheese. So try to get to the bottom if you can. But then as long as your bowl is cooled, like I said before, we had a little rice come out, that's okay. Then you can just eat it right out here. So I've got my fork, I've got my bowl already, and now we've learned to make this great quick breakfast that's gonna fill you up all for ourselves. So I do hope you try and make it, or try and make it again. And when you do, let me know how it goes. Leave me a comment, let me know if you have any questions. You can even send me a picture of how your microwave breakfast scramble turned out. I would love to get to see your creation, and maybe we can share it next week. Now, speaking of next week, on next week's episode, which is episode 77, we are learning how to make cheesy rice cups. This small snack uses just 4 main ingredients plus a little salt, cooks in our air fryer for 10 minutes, and we end up with 4 yummy cheesy rice cups. In order to cook along and make our cheesy rice cups, these are the ingredients that you'll need to have in your kitchen for next week. 1 cup cooked or microwave ready rice, 1/2 cup of shredded cheese, 1 egg, 1/4 teaspoon salt, and 1/4 teaspoon garlic powder. Well friends, our time together today is almost over. I do hope you've enjoyed learning how to make our microwave breakfast scramble. I know I had fun, and I already can't wait to cook together again next time. But before you say goodbye to this episode, make sure to click subscribe if you haven't already. You just have to click the little picture of me in the corner. That way you don't miss next week's episode. It'll be out on Friday, and I'll see you then. Bye friends. It's time to grab our fork and eat.